Oh, good evening, Phillies fans, and welcome back to the Better Late Than Never edition of the Fighting's Final here on Sunday, June the 28th, 2026, with your boy Matty B on the call, and I had the dubious honor to report to you another series victory. The Phillies today, by virtue of a 5-4 win over the New York Mets, secure their 16th series win of the season, and Kyle Schwarber, what did he set a record today? I didn't see what it was. Something doing a home run, 30 home runs? Is that the quickest, the 30 or something like that? Got a so-so pitching performance from Jesus Luzardo. Phillies pitching in general surrendered 8 walks. Wasn't the cleanest of games. I love Carson Benj of the Mets, by the way. I wish we could have him here. But all in all, the Phillies come out of this with a 5-4 win, a series win, and then we return home for an interesting 4-game set against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and then a wonky, weird wraparound series in Kansas City Saturday through Monday over the 4th of July holiday. So looking pretty good right now, I guess, if you're asking me. Back to 10 games over 500. The offense woke up a bit today. Just 4 runs through the first 2 games. They scored 5 today. Nice base running, situational baseball by Trey Turner in this game to kind of start the scoring off for the Phillies in this early in the game in that 3rd inning. Kind of uncorked that 3rd inning a bit, as the Phillies would put 3 on the board in the 3rd, and they would sort of coast or sort of clank and dink and dunk their way with the help of just about everybody in the bullpen, because as I already mentioned, Jesus Luzardo was meh. 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, 96 pitches through those 4 innings or 5 innings. Just got into a heap of trouble. Where it mattered, it worked out, I guess. Just not a very great pitching performance, but the offense did enough. And welcome back to the show. It's also Sunday here on the program, which means it is the time for the Down on the Phillies farm part of the week. So it's good to be back again. The Better Late Than Never version. Let's hit some of these comments that are about 4 hours old. Someone's tell me why our 6th and 7th best relief pitchers are in for the 6th inning and a pivotal point of the game. I am befuddled. Steve, I used to believe that this was a Rob Thompson thing. I used to believe that maybe I was a fool. Maybe that's what it is. An ignorant fool to think that analytics has taken over this game completely and that it was just 1 or 2 guys that were creating the problem. But the more and more I sit back and the more I think about it, analytics are just what it is, man. It's how they run baseball now. And I would love somebody new to come in and change all that. But that's, I guess, the simplest answer I can give you is it's analytically correct. Yeah, does that make sense? If anyone thinks we overpaid JT, I think we overpaid JT. I mean, JT had himself a good game today, all right? I mean, 1 for 4. He's batting .205. What did JT do that was so stellar today? Was it managing the 8 walks the pitching staff gave up? Come on, man. Of course I think we overpaid JT. How you doing, Bob? Again, these comments are way old, so I don't even know if you guys are still here, but Duran is awesome even when he is hit off a little bit. But you know what? Duran's been hit off a lot lately. That was a nail biter. It wasn't the greatest of series. It wasn't the greatest of games. It was what it was, but they found a way to get it done at the end, and that's what it's all about. First series win at Citi Field since 2021. That is absolutely correct. Insane. Yeah, that's been a house of horrors. Of course, we all remember the 2024 playoffs. Here we go. We need 2 bullpen arms, IMO. Schwarber hit his number. Is that what the record was? Because he hit his 30th home run. Quickest to 30. Oh, man, come on. Stop talking to each other inside the chat, man. Close game, but a win is a win. For whatever reason, Duran doesn't panic with 3 balls, but he has to get that in gear before the postseason. Otherwise, the better bats will do what they have to do in the past. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Backus, Sugart, and Bolin are AAA. 1 more dependable arm for those times our starters can't get it done. So are you throwing your eggs in the basket of another bullpen arm? Because I don't know, there's 3 main needs on this team: the right-hand power bat or the right-hand bat. That's still there, right? Or have we given up on that? Are we accepting Derek Hill as the fix there? I'm not. You also got to talk about the starter situation, and you're talking about the bullpen. So are you throwing your eggs in the I need a bullpen improvement basket? Painter pitched today. Yeah, he did. I didn't think he was that impressive. It was okay. I don't see Dombrowski trading for anybody. Oh, well, he's absolutely going to trade somebody. Until Painter gets a better fastball plane, he will stick in AAA. 100%. I'm in no hurry to get him back. I believe in the kid, and I think he do what it needs to be done. Yeah, I'm still a Painter fan, too. I haven't given up on him. I would let Painter build up value and trade for a bat. How this season? How much value can he build up in the next month and a half? If the Giants can help us out, help us and beat Sale. I don't know if you guys see my Etsy shop, but I created a new t-shirt, the Cardiac Kids. That's why T-Mac called him the other night. Sounds awesome. They overpaid for everyone, Nooms. That's an interesting point. Man, Jesus God. And then we are 3 back of the Braves. Man, you guys have lit me up here. I don't even know where I'm at. I don't even know where to leave off. Hey, Matty B, what's going on, Bruce? How are you tonight? Bob is still here. Bob, you still there? All right, there you go, Bob. Bob, do you feel Schwarber, or Matty B, do you feel Schwarber will go to the Hall of Fame if he can hit 500? For the sheer fact that he hit 500 home runs? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I know you thought of that. Just on the sheer fact that he hit 500 home runs, does he get in the Hall of Fame? I don't know. Do you think he needs a ring to go along with that? I don't know. I don't think Schwarber's a Hall of Fame player. But Bruce makes a good point, though. If he hits 500 home runs, does that put him in a dubious category? Hater. I'm not in the group of relievers there, Bruce. I don't think this team. I don't think we are being held back from a World Series championship because we need another closer or another back end arm. I am 100% on the offensive train. I do not want Chapman. I do not want Hader. I do not want Tariq Skubal. I don't want Paul Skeens. I want a bat. I want a massive, massive bat. That's what I need, and I desire and covet. We have enough pitching, in my opinion, to make a run. I hope your umpiring is going good. Yeah, it's going good. It's going long. I feel that he has 500. He should get in there, as it's very hard to do. Yeah, again, maybe maybe I'm underselling the whole 500 home run thing, but you might get possible. I'm not sold on him. He hasn't hit 500 yet. But all right, let's go to the box score. Phillies 5 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. Mets 4 runs on 9 hits, 0 errors. Your Philadelphia Phillies offensive player of the game. Drum roll, please. I don't know. Let's talk about a couple of them. Brandon Marsh, 2 for 4 with an RBI. Alec Boehm, 2 for 3 with a RBI. Bryce Harper, again, continues to hit, 1 for 3. Kyle Schwarber, 2 for 5. 2 for 5 with a homer and 2 RBIs. What are we going to give it to? I guess we'll give it to Bruce Harper's new favorite Hall of Fame inductee. Let's give it to Kyle Schwarber for getting that 30 home run this day on Sunday. So, yeah, let's go Kyle Schwarber as your offensive MVP. Your New York Mets offensive standouts, Carson Bench. Again, how can you not love this guy? 1 for 5, 2 RBIs. I really like to have him on this baseball team. But, and then AJ Ewing came in as a pinch hitter and banged out 2 hits, 2 for 3, 2 RBIs, kind of got the Mets back in this thing. But that was pretty much all you had for the Mets offensively. Pitching-wise, we went Lazardo's number. Then you got Chase Shiggert, Backus, Alvarado, Kirkering, and Duran all pitching today as the bullpen was sort of emptied out. Duran gets the save at his 21st. The win will go to Backus as the Phillies held on today, 5-4 over the New York Mets. You build up a 3-0 lead, and then you drop it. Then you go down 4-3, and you come back up, and you win 5-4, whatever. Cardiac Kids, whatever. It wasn't a pretty game, but they found a way to win. Perez went an inning as they set up Myers, who went 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 strikeouts, and Senga with 5 innings with 4 hits, 2 runs. It was a walk, 4 strikeouts, and a home run. Scoring summary, Bryce Harper would get the Phillies going in that vaunted 3rd inning as they put up a 3 spot. He would start it off with a sac fly, driving in Turner, who made a great base running decision that got him to get himself into scoring position in the first place. Then Boehm would double in Schwarber to make it 2-0. Marsh would then knock in Bohm to make it 3-0. The Phillies were off and running until the 5th when here comes Carson Bench knocking in Taylor to make it 3-1. Ewing with the 2-run shot to make it 3-3. And then Benj with a fielder's choice to drive in Beatty to make it 4-3 until Schwarber would connect in the 7th inning on a 2-run jack to give the Phillies a 5-4 lead and eventual 5-4 win. Phillies 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position. They left 6 on base. Mets 2 for 16 as they got people on base. They were moving along, but they just could not get it what they had to do. They left 14 runners on base today. That's not going to do it, man. You got to get more. You got to drive some of them bad boys in. Trust me, I feel your pain. Jeez Louise. Do I think Schwarber will hit 60 home runs? I don't care. Or Bob, I don't care. I don't care if he hits 60. My question is to you, Bob, does Schwarber win a World Series this year? That's the question I want to know. I don't care if he hits 60 or 70 or 80 or 90 home runs. Does it equal a World Series trophy? That's what concerns me. I feel Bryce is playing good lately and not acting like a big baby. I don't know why you say he's not acting like a big baby. What has he done? He's playing well. I'll give you that. Definitely give you that. He's been one of the reasons why this team is starting to kind of move along now. Donnie Baseball is making a big difference as everyone is trying harder and not acting like babies and selfish. On the surface, it seems that way. And I'm sure there was a coming to Jesus moment when Don Mattingly took over as manager. He probably brought them all in a room, locked the door, and said, all right, listen up. I don't want to hear anything more about, I'm not going to play for a guy that's never played in the major leagues. Trust me. I played in the major leagues. I should be in the Hall of Fame. All right. I'm not listening to that nonsense anymore. You're here now. We got it. So I'm sure there was a coming to Jesus moment of some sort. Winning the World Series is the most important thing. Absolutely. Okay. You're right. The World Series should be the goal. It 100% should be the goal. I don't care about Kyle Schwarber's personal achievements. I want me a World Series. So let's head over now to the Broad Street bottom line. So the Broad Street bottom line here on the Fightins Final today, brought to you by the Fightins Final. And this is your Fightins Final lineup for the upcoming Pirates series beginning tomorrow at the bank. Mike, Al, and Mike, and me. I am back in on Thursday for the Pirates. I thought I was free and clear of the Pirates series, but I'm not, as I will have to come in for the Pirates final game. So that is your series as the Phillies will start a 4-game set at home against the Pirates. And here my Broad Street bottom line is simple this. They're not all pretty, and they're not all going to be pretty. And but you got to have some sort of fight in you, and the Phillies have had that fight lately. The 5-0 comebacks in Washington, and this series against the Mets was far from quality, great baseball. It wasn't. It was ugly at times, frustrating at other times, but they found a way when it counted, and they got the runs in when they needed them, and they got the win when it was required. So Broad Street bottom line is that's what winning's all about, baby. It doesn't have to look pretty. It doesn't have to smell pretty. It just has to have a W attached to it. And that was what the Phillies did today. And they can keep clawing around, hanging around in games and finding those late big hits, which is why we have all these high-priced players here in the first place for. Hey, let's keep the party going as the Phillies are back to 10 games over 500. Let's head around the bases. All right, round the bases. We'll go with games that are gone final. It was 4-2 Dodgers over the Padres. The Giants lost to the Braves, or beat the Braves 3-2, as I think we're now within 4 games of first place. The Angels 4-1 winners over the Athletics. 2-1 Cardinals over the Marlins. It was 5-4 Royals over the White Sox. 3-2 Twins over Rockies. 4-3 Cubs over Brewers. 6-5 Guardians over Mariners. 7-5 Astros over Tigers. 5-1 Rays over D-backs. It was 3-2 Rangers beating the Blue Jays. 6-4 Nationals over the O's. It was 9-4 the Pirates over the Reds, as the Pirates will roll in the Philly at 500. Games that are still happening. It's nothing. The Peacock game between the Yankees and Red Sox, and of course out in Queens, the Phillies beat the Mets 5-4, and that takes the series. Starting tomorrow, the Phillies again will return home to Citizen Bank Park and face those Pittsburgh Pirates. And you got Brandon Ashcroft going against Aaron Nola, 6:40 start time at the bank to kick off that 4-game set. And don't forget to be here on the final word, as we will cover you, not the final word, the fight is final, as we will cover you And we got you covered for that entire series. So here's a little bit of look at what's happening on the network this week. This is last week. This ain't this week. Nah, that's the old one. Coming up next week. I'm so sorry. I put you up the wrong one. This is next week. Heading into next week, this is what you got. This is it. Yeah, this is it right here. We got a bunch of post-game shows, but the Philly Friday Frenzy will return on Friday, and so will the AM Sports Show return on Sunday. So there you have it. There's your week in a glance on this network. Please stay tuned. And that takes me to my most favorite time of the week, and that is your Down on the Phillies farm segment time. There you go. We are going to now take our trip around the Phillies 6 levels of minor league baseball, 5 levels, minor league baseball, 1, 2, 3, 5 levels of minor league baseball. And talk about the Haps down there. Let's start out down low in the FCL Florida Complex League with the FCL Phillies. A 3-2 record for the week, 14-27 as for their season. Sterling Rodriguez, a consecutive second week, making the slide. 4 games, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 homer, 4 RBIs, and a healthy 0.91 batting average for Rodriguez. Your pitcher of the week is Luis Gonzalez. 1 game, 4.5 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, and a 1.93 ERA. As I mentioned, 3-2 for the week and 14-27 on the season. Let's move on to Clearwater against for your Thrashers. Griffin Buckholder returning to prominence this week. 4 games, 3 hits, 2 runs, a homer, 3 RBIs, and a healthy 200 batting average. At least it's above 100 for Buckholder. And your pitcher, Cade Obermueller, a game, no wins, 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts, no walks, and a 0.00 ERA. The Thrashers were 1-3 for the week. So far, 2-5 now in their second half of action. They are your Florida State League first half Western Division champions, so they will qualify, or they have qualified for the playoffs. Moving on up now to High A in the Jersey Shore Blue Claws. Devin Saltaban, the much improved developing shortstop, 4 games, 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 homers, 6 RBIs, and a nice 438 batting average. He was sided with Brandon Beckel, 2 games, a win, 6 innings pitched, 9 hits, 4 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, a walk, and a 5.86 record. The Blue Claws 2-6 now for the second half, 26-39 on the first half, and 2-4 for this week. Moving on up to Reading for another second straight week of Alex Benelis for the Fightins. 5 games, 5 hits, 5 runs, 2 homers, 2 RBIs, and a 200 batting average. And Luke Russo returns to prominence with a game, 1 win, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, and a walk, and a 3.00 ERA. The Fightins were 2-3 for the week, 2-2 now so far in the second half, 30-39 for the first half. And let's finish our journey up in Allentown with the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. Paul McIntosh, the catcher, 3 games, 3 hits, 1 run, a homer, 3 RBIs, and a 273 batting average. It was a rough week down there in Allentown, or up there in Allentown, for the Pigs. Tucker Davidson was your pitcher, a game, no wins, 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 9 strikeouts, 3 earned runs, no walks, and a 5.40 ERA. The Pigs were 1-4 on the week, 1-3 so far on the second half. And there you have your journey through the Phillies minor league system on this Sunday afternoon in late June. Do the Phillies have any pitchers in AAA that could help the team? Absolutely zero. That's why Elaine Rigel is there. They have nobody ready. And that's and no one's really talking about that, Bob. And that's a big story that nobody's talking about. They have nobody. But the Phillies win today 5-4. We'll set up now for the Pittsburgh Pirates coming in on Monday for a 4-game set. We got you covered. There it is again, your Fightins final lineup for the week. I hope you guys have a great, outstanding rest of your Sunday and enjoy your day back at work tomorrow. I got things that I got to do. So from me to you, have a great night. And, of course, before I go, after every Phillies win, I got to ask a question to a certain somebody out there. Oh, Harry the K, what you got, man? He